Hello everybody, today I'm looking at this little group of Japanese maples. We've had some funny old weather this spring, and some of them have been clobbered to a degree by the frost and the cold winds and the drying winds and then the scorching hot weather, and now back to soggy wet weather this early June day, or no, it's a late June day. In fact, it's June the 20th today, but this is one of my orange dreams that I featured in this little group, and looking at it on the view screen of the camera here, it looks much healthier than it actually appears in real life. Some of these leaves have been quite badly ravaged, as you can see. You see them close up, they're not looking quite so healthy. In fact, it has a big bold patch here where all the leaves fell off, but we have a whole bunch of new shoots coming, which is nice. So it is recovering. Let me see if I can get a close-up shot of that. Okay, so yeah, there's a whole load of new buds coming out, which is nice. So yeah, I think this tree's through the worst, and I have thought about defoliating it, and then I decided no, I'm just going to let it, it's had a setback, I'm going to let it recover. So nothing really to do with this tree today. I'm just going to pop it back on the bench and water and feed and let it recover this year. It's got quite a little respectable little trunk building. Let's move on to some of the others. This is the other orange dream in this group, and it's fared a little better than the other one, although it still caught the frost and I still have some damaged leaves, and again a bit of a bold patch just in the top here, but other than that the tree is growing quite strongly, so I'm going to give it a bit of a trim. So I'm just going to basically cut back some of these long growths that are extending. And not do too much more work to this tree because, again, as I say, it did get clobbered. Not as bad as the next one I'm going to show you, which is a bit of a disaster, but I've always said I will show you my disasters as well as my successes. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'll keep my eye on this tree, and as it throws out long shoots, I'll chop them back. Quick 360. Still got a long way to go in terms of being a great tree, but it's the beginnings are there. We have a good solid trunk and some interesting movement, some interesting branching, etc. The tree's too far over this side of the pot, but that can be remedied at a future repotting. On to the disaster. This is the Japanese maple Taylor, and it has suffered terribly this spring. It did throw out lots of beautiful pink leaves, and looked absolutely gorgeous at the end of March, early April, and then we had all those late frosts and the late winds, and then the hot period of weather, and it's just gradually given up the ghost. I've chopped all the dead back to living tissue in the vain hope that it will reshoot, but I think it has given up the ghost. Sad but true. still, not every tree can be a success. It happens to us all, and I'd be less than honest if I didn't show you that. On a brighter note, this is Emerald Lace, and all the books and gardening programs etc. will tell you that these lace cut maples are far more vulnerable to bad weather and will keel over at the faintest whiff of bad weather. But this one is, well, it hasn't grown hugely. I have a few tall pieces that are growing out. It started off slowly and it's growing out slowly, but it does not seem, other than that, it does not seem to have been affected by the frost 1 iota. So that's a positive thing. Hopefully this will make quite a big bonsai one day, and I'm just going to keep developing as the years go by. Sooner or later these trees in this group will have their own playlist each, but for now, with not much going on to put in a video individually, I'll keep them in this group of 5. This is a tree I've grown from seed 5 years ago, I think. It's been kept in this small seed tray for a lot of that time, and again, it's not shown any hint that it's been touched by the frost. It's just grown really well, and now I need to decide what to do with it. And I think the answer is just chop it back to a semblance of a tree, really, and try and get rid of some of these areas where I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 shoots coming out in one place. I think this is my potential front, so I'm going to remove this piece that's growing to the side like so, and I took out a 4th one at the same point there, so that's good. I'm also going to take out this one, leave that as the apex, and then I'm just going to trim it back. These long shoots, just to try and encourage a tree-like shape at this point. You know, interesting branch structure beginning, but then you've just got a branch and then a great long piece. So this tree has the most superb red autumn colour, which was one of the reasons why I picked it from the batch of seedlings that I'd grown in particular to feature. So hopefully it'll give a good show this year, and I can record that and put it out there for you guys to see too. After all, who doesn't like some gorgeous winter colour? I'm going to reduce that apex. I think I like the size of this tree as it is, pretty much. Yeah. Quick 360. Thank you so much for watching. please do take care of yourselves. Stay safe, everybody.